And what do you feel, what kind of skill set is required really in today's world, and especially which is, the basic expectations of any employer from the freshers?
तीन टाइप की एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है when it comes to the skill set, and then there are a few hygiene factors. But let me address the skill set first. The first type is functional. Whatever you say you know, do you really know it? Basic functional integrity and a certain standard of knowledge. Why? Because the employment contract is mainly based on that.
Yeah.
We know that you don't know our products because you have not worked with us. You've probably not worked anywhere. But what we want to know is if you are saying that you know machine learning of a certain level of proficiency, do you really know it? So that's the functional competence part. Then there are soft skills or power skills. Now people think that, oh, these will be learned along the course. But no, one of the biggest things companies are looking for from freshers is whether you are capable of working in a team. Because कोई भी company में कोई भी काम isolation में नहीं होता है.
Right.
You do need to interact with people, no matter how technically wonderful you are. If you have the absolutely shitty attitude, you're not going to get hired.
Of course.
So being able to demonstrate that you can work well with a team, which means you can accept when you make a mistake, you are able to learn from others, you're able to support others and stretch when required. These are some basic soft skills.
Wow.
And the biggest soft skill is communication. किसी के पास कोई secret camera किसी और के दिमाग के अंदर नहीं है.
Right.
So unless you are able to articulate what is it that you think about something, you're able to speak up, it's very difficult. So people who may not be technically that great, but who can speak very well, listen very well, and take actions accordingly, those soft skills really matter. So functional skills, soft skills or power skills. And finally, it's also about strategic skills.
Wow.
Now all companies may not look for the third category. There could be some very large employers who hire truckloads of candidates every year who don't need to evaluate for strategic skills because they are hiring that volume every year, right? उनको पता है the cream will rise to the top. True. And when they are taking so many, there will be definitely cream that emerges from it. But smaller sized employers definitely look for strategic skills. When I say strategic skills, दो कदम आगे क्या आप सोचते हो? When are you able to anticipate what are possibilities of a situation and how to mitigate that? Are you interested in doing that? And most important, learning agility. That is a strategic skill today. अगर आपका basic orientation नहीं है कि मैं कुछ नया सीख सकूं, तो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है because our world is just changing so fast.
True. As you said, strategical, skill, which I feel it is not required for every role.
Proportion vary करता है ये तीनों का. At some point, so depending on the environment, the kind of the organization, the role that you're entering into, and depending on your own strengths of how is it that you want to play the career path game, as I say, the variation or the proportion of each of these three parameters differs. It's not equally important for all roles. But I've seen over the years that people with strategic skills tend to grow fast regardless of the kind of domain they get their first jobs in.
I think strategy is required even at home.
Oh, absolutely. All it means is that you're thinking, adjusting, adapting, relearning fast.
Correct. I agree. What do you feel, what all are the roles and responsibilities of, training institutes, educational institute, where these people or, these entities comes into the picture, how they can contribute to this particular area?
I think these days the trend of getting students to pursue projects, industry collaborations, it's an excellent trend. The more it picks up, the better. because giving the students a flavor of what's the real world is important. At the same time, depending on what is the subject that the student is pursuing, it's important to give enough time for academic understanding too. Let me give you an example. Now, if someone were to be learning psychometric testing, which is essentially about understanding how is this person likely to behave using a set of tools, standardized tools.
Correct.
If that person is in a hurry to go and apply it in the real world, that might be disastrous because the underlying base of knowledge is important. If their underlying base of knowledge is strong, then with time, whatever is the new technological innovation that comes in, you'll adapt quickly and connect the dots faster. So academic institutions versus certifying bodies are two different roles that they play in our society. Academic institutions, the fundamental role, the way I understand it, is to impart knowledge that brings you to a certain level of competence and understanding. A certifying body says the stamp of how good you are, or the proficiency level of what is it that you've learned. That's how I would look at it.
Wow. As you said, institutes and training certified bodies are two different. But मुझे लगता है इनका एक huge responsibility है to train people, and at least having that collaboration with the corporates, what the demand is in the market, and creating future leaders accordingly, instead of the core subject and everything which is coming in the their particular courses or anything.
It's like this. If I enroll for a nursing program in a nursing college, I'd expect to be learning nursing. I won't be expecting to be learning accountancy, right? So what is the educational institution choosing to impart as knowledge to the students is important. वो क्या सिखाना चाहते हैं, वो कैसे decide करते हैं. Typically education institutions या colleges कह लो, universities कह लो, उनके पास एक curriculum design करने वाली एक board होती है. वहाँ पे increasingly these days private sector के senior people are invited, इसलिए ताकि industry का outlook उनके syllabus में build करें.
Correct.
It's definitely not a perfect world, but I'm glad to see there's some change happening there. There is lot of room for opportunity in this space. जितना ज़्यादा industry का collaboration होगा with academia in designing the curriculum, उतना ज़्यादा students का benefit होगा. वरना issue क्या हो जाता है, आप जब going back to the nursing example, एक nursing program के लिए enroll करते हो as a candidate, आपकी ये उम्मीद होती है कि मैं इतनी पढ़ाई इतने सालों के लिए अगर मैंने इस इंस्टीट्यूट में कर ली तो उसके बाद मैं इस टाइप का जॉब कर पाऊंगी जिसमें मुझे इस टाइप की तनख्वाह मिलेगी और मैं ये स्किल्स के लिए जानी जाऊंगी.
करेक्ट,
राइट. बट प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे ब्रेक डाउन, वेयर डज द प्रॉब्लम ओकर, ब्रेक डाउन कहाँ पे होता है, वहाँ पे होता है जहाँ पे एकेडमिया जो है वो इंडस्ट्री नीड्स को 10 साल पुरानी वाली इंडस्ट्री नीड्स मान के अपना करिकुलम चला रहा है.
करेक्ट.
और आज की इंडस्ट्री का नीड कुछ और ही है. तो जब तक बच्चे पास हो जाते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स पास हो जाते हैं, तब तक द स्किल्स आर नॉट रेलेवेंट एनी मोर. नाउ दिस इज अ सीरियस प्रॉब्लम, एंड दिस इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम ओनली इन आवर कंट्री. This is a problem in many countries, and different countries have solved for it very, very differently. For example, जर्मनी में जिस तरीके का वोकेशनल इंटर्नशिप होता है विद द इंडस्ट्री, इट्स अ वेरी फैंटास्टिक प्रोग्राम. आपको हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस पढ़ते पढ़ते मिल जाता है.
ओके.
इंडिया ने रिसेंटली एक नेशनल स्किल पॉलिसी, आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ आई एम गेटिंग द नेम ऑफ द पॉलिसी राइट, लॉन्च किया है. बट अब वो इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे होगा उस पे है. उसमें 8th स्टैंडर्ड के स्टूडेंट्स को भी वोकेशनल एक्सपीरियंस एंड ट्रेनिंग के लिए प्रोजेक्ट्स विद इंडस्ट्री का रिकमेंडेशन है. इट्स मेंशन्ड इन द पॉलिसी. अगर इस तरीके का कुछ इम्प्लीमेंट अच्छे से हो तो it can make a great deal of difference. In my view, it takes about 5 to 7 years for a change like this to really show results in critical mass to the industry. But from a policy direction perspective, this is an excellent move. But yeah, proof of the pudding जैसे कहते हैं lies in the implementation. अगर वो सही तरीके से हुआ, इंडस्ट्री के कोलैबोरेशन के साथ हुआ, तो स्टूडेंट्स का सबसे ज़्यादा बेनिफिट होगा और इंडस्ट्री का भी.
करेक्ट. बट एज यू सेड, अगर ये पॉलिसी आ रही है इंडिया में कि 8th स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चों को इंटर्नशिप का मौका मिले, सो आई थिंक मुझे लगता है ये प्रॉब्लम शायद जड़ से ख़त्म हो जाएगा.
ये काफ़ी बड़ी बात है, स्पेशली गिवन द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ द मैटर. हमारे यहाँ पे जितना अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, एंड वी कीप्स हियरिंग दी स्टोरीज ऑफ PhD पास आउट किया है बट प्यून की नौकरी कर रहे हैं एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. सो अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी बिग इशू. एंड देन देर इज़ द होल रिटर्निंग टू द वर्क फोर्स आफ्टर टेकिंग अ ब्रेक. ये भी बड़ी दिक्कत आती है लोगों को जब वो जॉब ढूंढते हैं इन कैटेगरीज के लोगों को. तो गिवन ऑल दिस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, इफ़ वी देन वांट टू मेक a new whole volume of workforce, well, loosely called workflows, 8th standard के students को workforce करना, but well, they will be doing an apprenticeship sort of a thing. That means we need to create opportunity of that scale.
Of course.
Which means that a lot of coordination, collaboration and joint efforts between industry and the government policy implementers is essential, without which ये टेक ऑफ नहीं कर पाएगा.
If I can think of doing it and while imagining it's happening in India, I consider it's industries have to change lot of things as an internal infra, because they have to make the friendly work environment for the students, because they are really not the one who is even passed out 12th standard. Even graduates are not comfortable, postgraduates are not comfortable working in industry. Then how 8th or 9th or 10th standard?
Oh, it's going to be a massive change. But I am a firm believer that अगर आपने कागज़ में कुछ चेंज किया है, which is the policy, उसको translate किया into a good program which has operationalizing standards कि इसको कैसे implement करना है. And if that's done in collaboration with the industry, who is end of the day paying for all of this, sure, right? They are going to be paying for employing all these people. So it needs to consider a strong voice of the industry. और फिर ये आता है implementation से, पूरा पक के आता है implementation के लिए. So well, why not? It could transform the way our country and our workforce is today.
So I think the kind of rapid market is changing and the industry demand is changing. आप लोग as an HR अक्सर एक सवाल पूछते हो बच्चों से, where do you see yourself in 5 years? तो मुझे लगता है ये क्वेश्चन भी ख़त्म हो जाएगा क्या इंटरव्यू